Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Ringo TV reactions. What I want to talk about is a situation going on right now. They're saying that Donald Trump pretty much was shot. And I want to share my thoughts about the situation. Kind of find out exactly what's going on. Because the situation is just not sounding right to me. You know, and I want to share my thoughts about the whole thing to hopefully make sense of this. First thing first, in my opinion, this doesn't make sense. First thing first, we're dealing with someone running for president, and you get grazed, right? Not killed, but grazed, which means the person had to drop on you. There's no possible way that they could miss. And I believe that this, as severe as it sounds, as shocking as it is, I think this is designed to promote Trump. And that's my first initial thought. That, in my opinion, staged to help him with elections. Because, to be honest with you, fam, I don't even have no interest in talking about Trump. I really don't. I don't talk about political things. I can care less about presidents. But I'm talking about it now. So, the pure fact that it has such shock value, it's going to get the attention of the entire world. Right? So you have to understand how this thing works. Because they will do stuff like this even if it costs other people lives. Because you have to think about this. There is no way you could be at such a rally and a gunman is there. You don't think that we learn from history? You don't think that presidents and any elected official learn from the Kennedy situation? You don't think they know about the possibilities that can happen? I mean, think about it. You're at a rally on a platform, anybody can take you out. So they got to have the most top tier security, top tier that money can buy. So for stuff like this to take place, it was staged, in my opinion. Now, we know that Biden is an alien in that he pretty much died already. And whoever is Biden right now is a robot. We know that already. We've seen too many news reports and footage of Biden literally out of the loop. Something could be going on and he'll be standing there with a smile and a grin on his face. And I'm like, this dude is out of touch with reality. Who's programming him? Who have him under a remote control? But now, right after Trump got shot, there's a video clip of Biden talking about the situation so fluently, he sounds like a regular human being. And I'm like, what is going on here? What is going on here? So I want to just share my thoughts about this situation because, again, I know that Trump has a cult following. Trump has a cult following of people that rock with him at all times. And it's something that, you know, people are going to gravitate towards automatically because they're really into him. Hold on a second. Yeah, they're really into him and they're diehard fans. I mean, if you look at the image on the screen, Everybody there are diehard fans. These people will die for Trump. They will sacrifice their lives for Trump. So when we talk about people losing lives, or if innocent people got hit or whatever the case is, that's just casualties of the purpose. It's just the price to pay. Do you understand? When you have fans that are diehard fans, these are fans that will die and they don't care. So I don't want to hear any of the sentimental things, any of the emotional things. This situation, in my opinion, even though it transpired truthfully for him to get grazed in the air, right? I'm not going to show the footage of all of that because, YouTube have guidelines. But at the same time, in my mind, when I see this, logically speaking, in my mind of minds, there is no possible way that someone can shoot a gun and they're at a rally where there is supposed to be all sorts of top quality surveillance, monitoring devices, security, Secret Service folks, all of the best of the best. There is no way that anybody can be there. The audience would have to be at total safe and at peace because they know nobody could come here and do nothing like that. This is a Trump rally. This is a Trump rally. So he's not dead, but it shocked the world. It shocked the world. It got our attention. So what's the agenda? To make it seem like, man, they try to take Trump out, fam. I need to vote for him. That's what this is about, y'all. Let me play some audio because this story just pretty much dropped on my news desk, and I had to just go live and talk about the situation. But let me play something with Biden talking about the situation. Let me see if I got this.
But the idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. And everybody must condemn it. Everybody. I'll keep you informed, and if I am able to speak to Donald, I'll let you know that as well. But so far, it appears he's doing well. Number one. Number two, that there's thoroughly investigating what happened to anyone else in the audience. We have some reports, but not final reports. And every agency in the federal government, I'm going back to my phone to speak with the federal agencies that are being put together again to give me an updated briefing. Has anything happened? They learned any more in the last couple hours. So thank you very much, and I hope I get to speak to them tonight, and I'll get back to you if I do, okay?
Mr. President, do you think it was an assassination attempt?
I don't know enough to, I have an opinion, but I don't have any facts. So I want to make sure we have all the facts before I make any more comments. Thank you.
Now, he was just asked if this was an assassination attempt. And he said, well, I don't know. I need to get more facts. Are you kidding me? I mean, are they playing some sort of game with our mind? So let me get this straight. A former president pretty much get grazed by a bullet. You're asking Biden, was this an assassination attempt? And he don't know? Really? Y'all can't see that this is possibly staged, allegedly? In my opinion, it was staged. I don't care. I don't care how anybody feel. I'm just calling it what it is, because stuff like this just don't happen. When you have rallies where presidents are campaigning, doing whatever they're doing, you cannot go into there. We're talking about a Trump rally. You can't go into a Trump rally acting the fool. The audience will get you. You see those people back there? They're not playing with you. I'm just letting you know right now. Those folks right there are not playing with nobody. They will die for Trump. They're not playing. So you just can't walk in there and think that you're going to harm Trump. It's not going to go down. So who can do that? It's either one, it was allegedly staged for campaigning purposes. As sick as it sounds, don't get mad at me. Stuff like this happens. It's either that or it was an inside job. Because nobody could get close to that man. Nobody. And do that unless they wanted to take him out. But if they really wanted to take him out, it wouldn't be just some one, gunman that just did whatever they did. Oh, the gunman is killed and he's this and that. Well, they always say that. They always say the gunman is killed. I've seen and heard many different stories of attempted assassinations against people and they claim they killed the person. But we never see nothing. We never see anything. It's just hushed, brushed under the rug and it's done. What I'm trying to get you, the viewer, the public, to listen to and understand is this. Think logically. You cannot go to a rally for Trump and even have a weapon to fire. It just don't happen. It don't happen. Listen, they have security, surveillance, monitoring devices from miles around where the rally is. They don't play with stuff like this because think about it. Think about where he's standing. He's an easy target right there. So anybody that don't like Trump could have took him out right there. Anybody. So before they have these rallies, they're gonna have to have surveillance, safety in place to protect him and the people at all costs. So if this went down, somebody authorized it. Somebody had to authorize it, y'all. And it's going to be the talk of the town all over social media. So it's promotion, whether it's shock value or whatever the case is. This is why when reporting on the Trump situation, you got to be very careful. Got to be very careful when you report on it because the first thing people are going to want to do, especially on YouTube, is start to show video footage. They're going to want to show video footage and then they're going to violate YouTube terms of service. And then they're going to do this and that. And then they're going to get themselves in trouble because the topic is very touchy. So you're dealing with a president. You're dealing with campaigning. You're dealing with a rally. This is a very, very serious issue. So judging from what transpired with just the information that's coming in my opinion, my first initial thought is that this was staged. I don't care how anybody feel. That's the first thought. The next thought, inside job, because nobody can go to a rally and have a gun and be able to aim it and not get killed immediately by a sharpshooter. They have technology that can monitor an entire area from miles out. The best of the best surveillance. How could that happen after the Kennedy assassination? How could that happen? Come on now. Wake up and smell the coffee. We're talking about Trump. You can't get next to that man and do this foolishness. You can't. It's impossible. So for this to go down, you got to use your brain and think. The whole world is talking about this right now. So what does that do for Trump's campaign? What does this do for Trump's campaign right now? He's going to get all the votes he wants. At this point, everybody's going to vote for him now. Nobody ain't thinking about no other candidate. Trump going to get every single vote automatically, just off of the pure fact, wow, a president took a shot for the country. That's going to be the reasoning behind the vote. Wow, we have a president that took a bullet for America. I'm voting. That's how it is, man. That's how it is. And see, the reason why a lot of people may not agree is because you can't see what I see. See, I can see all the way into the future because I have that kind of discernment. If you had any understanding, logically, you would know that is going to automatically make him win whatever he wants. Because if you are a man who speak up for America and you was allegedly targeted by a lone gunman and you took a bullet, whether it was grazed or shot or whatever, America is going to embrace you automatically. So now his cult following, his diehard fans, oh, they love him even more. They love him even more now. Because I was looking at the images of after he allegedly got shot. And I saw him in an image. I'm not going to show it because I understand how to play the game. He had raised his hand like I'm good, America, I'm good. He raised his hand and they got a perfect photo of it. And I'm like, wait a minute. A man just got shot, but cameramen are able to get perfect photos, perfect video. Why would anybody be filming and having all this time to get all of this, the perfect shot of video and audio and all this other stuff, but they don't got time to locate the gunman before he took the shot? If you go on YouTube, not even YouTube, if you just Google some images of the aftermath, you will see some of the most, how can I say? I'm trying to find a word that can describe what I've seen. The images are just very, very brilliant. And they captured it at the perfect timing. How could you do that if gunfire is going off? Unless something was staged. Because now it's going to be on the front of the paper. I guarantee you, the next newspaper, I'm calling it forth, the next newspaper that you see with the headlines of Trump getting shot is going to show his hand raised in the air. Mark my words. I just called it forth for those of you that don't believe me. The newspaper is going to show and display Trump with his hand in the air, showing his patriotic support for America and the people. You will see that on the paper. Because I'm trying to figure out, how could you be a photographer and take such brilliant photos if gunfire is going off? Like, who paid you to do that? Those are some good photos. Because it captures a point in history of something people would have never thought would go down. I mean, sure, they had fears. Matter of fact, let me play this news brief, this audio clip, and see exactly what's going on here. Let me see this. Hold on a second. Here we go. Wait a minute.
He immediately kind of went towards his right ear as he was dropping. It seems later, Jim, that there may be up to two what appear to be lines, one right up above his mouth on his cheek going towards his ear, and then one on the lower part of his cheek. What does this tell you, Jim?
Yeah, well, you're exactly right, Jose. I mean, he certainly reacted to his right. I mean, it appears to be he was struck in his right ear. That where appears to be.
They're saying he was struck in his right ear. Again, these photos. You know what's so crazy about this, man? Let me see if I can do this real quick. When I'm looking at these photos, right, it kind of reminds me of The Matrix with Agent Smith and everybody else, because I'm looking at it and all you see is Secret Service guys with the dark shades and so forth. And it just looked highly suspect, highly suspect, because like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of you probably don't agree with me. You're probably just upset. I get it. But I want you to use your brain and think logically for a second here. If somebody really was supposed to kill Trump, he would have been gone already, because to get grazed in the air, you had to be a professional shooter. And that's how they wanted it to play out. They wanted this to play out this way. They wanted it to shock you into having these images in your mind. They want us all talking. They want us all on the job talking about this, at the barbershop talking about this, on social media talking about this. They want us to talk about this so much that this takes root in your brain cells. Nothing else is more important right now than the fact that Trump got shot. And this right now is the news going around the world, all over the place. And again, like I said, he will get the votes that he need because of this. He already had support, but this is going to push him over the edge now. Why? Because he was possibly targeted for an assassination. Because they asked Biden, Biden said he don't know. He need to get more research on the situation, which makes no sense. Because if somebody grazed you, shot you, and you get grazed with a bullet, obviously that was an attempt to take your life. But that's what they want you to believe. My thing is this: when you're dealing with Secret Service, you cannot do that and just miss the shot. No, you ain't missing no shot, bro. Whoever did this, whoever authorized this, whoever put this together, wanted it to be this way. Trust and believe that, because I'm looking at the video footage, I'm looking at the images, and stuff just doesn't look right. It doesn't make sense. I know most of you been trained to just be lied to, brainwashed, and just believe whatever you see. Things ain't always what it seems, man. We're talking about a political rally in Pennsylvania, and yet Donald Trump get grazed by a bullet. Now, there's more to the story. Like I said, the news story just came on my desk, and I'm just pretty much covering it, doing what I got to do to, get the word out there on my thoughts, because if gunshots is going off, like somebody said, let me see, no one ran. Somebody said this is not fake. The bullet hit and killed the woman. See, here's the thing with people. People don't understand what I mean when I say staged. Do you not know that there's such thing as casualties of war? Do you not know that people can stage something and real people really die? Do you know that? Do you not know that in America, in the United States, things are done every single time and they're staged and people die, innocent people. And they just look at it as the empowerment or the betterment for the greater good. And they could care less who get hit, but they're going to stage this thing because it got to look real. It got to look real. It got to be catastrophic. It got to be something that is going to make you believe. Me personally, in my opinion, I don't believe that, number one, right, that he didn't know that this was going to happen. I don't believe that. I believe he knew. I believe he knew. And I know what transpired truthfully happened. I'm not denying the existence of the actual event. Yes, that actually happened. Yes. Someone did pull out a gun to shoot the president. Yeah. But in my mind of mine, with my discernment, based on what I see, based on all the circumstances, this looks staged. And it got my attention. Listen, I never do political content. I never talk about the presidents. I never talk about none of these people. Y'all never hear me talk about videos regarding Trump. Never. I don't ever talk about these people. I don't make videos about political stuff. So for me to even be making videos about this, that ought to let you know that this was done as shock value and it got your attention. And because you may be a diehard Trump supporter and fan, of course, you're going to be very, very angry and pissed off. But I want you to think about this. I want you to think, how could someone come in there and do that? How? Because I'm going to tell you, the people that are normally behind Trump, right? That's a special group of people. The people that are normally right behind him, the people that you can see on camera, you don't know who those people are. This is another thing that a lot of people don't understand about these rallies. The people that are normally right behind are key players, key connected people, connected families, and so on and so forth. Because you can't be behind the man and be some regular Joe Schmo. You can't. Doesn't matter if you support Trump or not. All of those people that are behind Trump are not regular folk. They're not. You got to be somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. You'll most likely have family that's in the government, family that is into this, family that's in the law enforcement, military. It goes deep. It goes very, very deep. You understand? So again, when I look at this situation, I'm looking at all these Secret Service guys walking him off. Where were all the protection? Where was the protection at? Where was the protection? What's the point of having so many Secret Service folks out there? And so we didn't learn nothing from history? We didn't learn nothing from the Kennedy assassination, right? We didn't learn nothing. Sharpshooters could be anywhere. People could be anywhere and take a shot. This happened for a reason. And in my opinion, the reason is votes. It's shock value. I was just watching some content earlier, and it talked about how in America, people respond to shock value. I don't make shock value content, but people do because they know it resonates with people. So something like this got your attention. You can't tell me this didn't get your attention. You know? Somebody said he don't need votes. He's leading by a blank ton. I don't think you understand the agenda. This is deeper than just the votes. This is an automatic win. But not just automatic win. This will engrave roots in the hearts of people that this is the man for the job. Any president that can take a bullet for America is the man for the job. This goes deeper than that. It's sort of like going to the military and going to war and you're able to come back home. People respect you. They respect you even more because it's like, wow, you did 2 tours and got these medals of honor. People respect you. So Trump is not just a president anymore. He is a man who took a bullet for America. And that's what they're going to play. They're going to play. Listen, I'm telling y'all things that's going to come to pass. Y'all going to see all these things. So remember the timestamps. Remember, the newspaper is going to show Trump with his hand lifted in the air. That shot was taken by the professional media photographers. They're going to use that shot for the paper, right? Next thing they're going to promote is Trump took a bullet for America. That's what they're going to do. You see? Because I'm trying to figure this thing out. Like the aftermath of getting grazed, I'm like, this just don't seem right, y'all. This don't seem right. I'm sorry. Everybody was sitting still. Nobody was running. I'm looking at the video right now. People are literally just standing still and they're not running. They're not moving. I'm like, if bullets are flying, why y'all standing there? And why are the crowd cheering? And like, this don't look right to me, y'all. I'm literally looking at it. Like I said, I can't show it because of YouTube guidelines, right? I'm not showing it because I understand the game. But I'm looking at them taking him down the flight of stairs. Everybody's standing still. And you see a bunch of Secret Service security guys trying to cover him. And I'm like, this is staged, y'all. This is not real. And then you see Biden talking. It don't look real. It doesn't make sense, bro. I'm smart enough to know and see through the deception. Yes, he really got grazed. But at the same time, the way this thing look is bad. Now, of course, the majority of the population will agree with it, believe it, and go with the flow because it's designed to do that. But those with eyes that can see, those that are chosen to have the ability of discernment to read between the lines, we already know what's going on. We already know what's going on. You see? Again, He gets shot. Everybody in the background stood still. Make that make sense. Last time I checked, when you hear bullets shooting, you don't stand still and just kind of look normal. How could that be? Nobody flinched, nobody, nothing. Nobody ran, duck, nothing. Why? People knew it was going to happen. People knew it was going to happen, y'all. And it happened during a rally because they wanted you to see. They wanted you to see it. And some may say, well, Trump was going to get the votes he needed regardless. No, you don't understand promotion and campaigning. You don't understand promotion and campaigning and social media. This is designed to get social media buzzing. Because you're going to have all the YouTubers, all of them are going to be talking about the situation. They live probably most likely right now, And that's just the way it is. People are going to be talking about it because it's breaking news. Donald Trump shot, grazed, gunman killed, blah, blah, blah. How come the gunman is killed after the fact? How come he wasn't killed before the fact? How come nobody's seen him? Where's the camera footage? Oh, here we go. That's probably what they're going to do. They're going to show a lone gunman on camera and say, there he go. He was walking in, so hold up. Nobody noticed nothing. See, I don't want to hear none of that news after the fact. I don't want to hear that the gunman was some sort of, disgruntled hater of Trump. Because, this is how they're going to spin it. They're going to say he has a Facebook page and, he's anti-Trump, anti-government. And he walked his dog and he just decided to go to a rally and do this. No, you just can't do this at this level and get away with just grazing the man. No. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Let me see. I'm just reading the chat a little bit, finding out what's going on. Ringo, the Secret Service took forever to dive in and cover his head. Yeah, I noticed that too. That's another thing, because they're trained to jump in front of the president as soon as they hear gunshots and everything else. They didn't do anything. So it really, really looks suspect in my mind. That's why I got to call it for what it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat and just say, oh yeah, I go with the flow. No, because that's exactly what the machine on social media want you to do, is go with the flow. See, even the machine don't like the fact that I'm speaking what I'm speaking. See, I'm within guidelines. I'm within reason to speak my thoughts, but I'm not going with the status quo. A true chosen one don't go with the status quo. We go against the status quo and speak our minds. And we say things that people normally won't say because they're afraid to say it, right? They're afraid to say these things because they're concerned with being criticized and laughed at and mocked and hated by society. So we're pretty much outcast and misunderstood because of our ability to see between the smoke and mirrors. Again, the people that are normally at these rallies behind Trump are connected people. These are not normal people that just go to their jobs and they're just fans of Trump. These are connected people. Everybody that's behind there holding a sign, everybody, they're all paid their jobs to do what they got to do. I don't follow politics. I don't care for none of these presidents. I'm not interested in nothing that they got to do because, in my opinion, they are not elected, they're selected. So when I see stuff like this, it's promotion. And if you know anything about Trump, he's big on promotion and campaigning. And if he can do anything that can get his name in the algorithm, he'll go with the flow. And one of the greatest things that'll get you in the algorithm is a possible assassination. I'm telling you, that photo that you're going to see is him with his hand in the air and the Secret Service people are all around him. That's going to be on the front of the paper. You watch and see. And when you see it, I want you to make sure that you come back to this video and say, wow, Ringo, you were right. wow, this is crazy. You called it before it even happened. Yeah, I normally do. And then other YouTubers try to say the same thing that I said to make themselves appear like they have some sort of prophetic abilities, when really all they do is just watch me, you know? And shout out to all of those that support via the super chat. Eyes Open says, keep going, on point. Appreciate you for the support. Forever Foreigns said, Trump will be the one to issue the mark of the beast. Wow. You never know. He might be the one. He might be the one. He might be the last president. We don't know. I don't know the day nor the hour, but I can tell you that when I look at this stuff, it just looks staged to me. Completely staged. All of a sudden you see all these gunmen holding their rifles at everybody in the set. It looked like the rally where Trump, let me tell you something. This was staged. I'm looking at another video clip, and the rally is a small little section. It's a stage. It's a stage area with just some people in the background, and you see this situation, and nobody's moving. Nobody's budging. And I see people holding cell phone cameras, and people are drinking water, and they're celebrating. And he's shot. Fam, the whole situation was staged, bro. It was staged. Like I said, YouTube have guidelines, so I can't really show these video clips. I would love to, but I'm looking at these video clips, ladies and gentlemen, and if I could go through them and break them all down, this whole situation was staged. This whole situation was staged, fam. All that security. You got military out there, ladies and gentlemen. Military is out there too. You got military men out there, Secret Service is out there, all sorts of special agents and security is out there. There is no way that this can happen. This was staged, in my opinion, because I'm looking at who they got out there. Again, staged or inside job. But a professional shooter is not going to miss. A professional shooter that is paid by the powers that be to take Trump out is not going to miss. He's not. You know? It's just not going to happen. Shout out to Crypto for the support. He says, keeps ironing your spirit for godly perfection to the glory of God. Well, I appreciate your support. Right after Trump allegedly got shot, you see him with what appears to be blood on his ears, right? Fam, this is staged, fam. Anybody in their right mind that got any sort of common sense can see this is staged. This was staged. This was staged, y'all. Like I say, the videos are graphic because YouTube have guidelines regarding blood, so you can't really show that on the air, right? But I'm looking at these videos, and he's waving at the crowd. He's throwing up his hand. He's like saying, hey, I'm good. They didn't get me. They can't stop me. And I'm like, if you just got grazed and allegedly an attempted assassination on you, why nobody's like panicking and running and, you know, running for their lives? This doesn't make sense. And there had to be more than one shot. Again, I am now covering the story. The news just dropped on my desk, so I don't got all the information. And please don't post no dumb comment about, oh, you need to get all the information first before you report the news. That's a dumb comment. You understand? So if there was there more than one shot? That's the question I'm gonna ask. For those of you that are know-it-alls, that have all the information, was there more than one shot? I'm gonna prove to you that this was staged. 7 shots? Okay, it was staged. If it was 7 shots, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in the background stood still, it was staged. Because here's the problem. When people are shooting a gun, from when you hear the first shot, you're gonna jump, you're gonna get that shock value, and then when you hear more shots, you're gonna duck and run for cover. Nobody was running. You know? You said allegedly 7. One person said it was 7 shots. We have allegedly 7. Yeah, definitely. It doesn't make any sense. You know, it doesn't make no sense, people. This was staged, in my opinion. I'm just calling it what it is. You could believe whatever you hear, but I am not believing lies. I'm looking at what makes sense. 7 to 8 shots ring off, and the people behind Trump didn't even budge or move or duck or run. And it took Secret Service forever to tend to the man. Come on. This doesn't make sense. Right? All those people with 7 shots and 1 person hit and unalive. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, y'all. It don't make no sense. Somebody said allegedly 4. This is what the news said. Let me see. Somebody said, I think it was stage 2. I agree. They need all of thing with Kennedy, and it was an inside job. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking at. I'm like, look, with the whole situation what happened with Kennedy, trust and believe the government and everybody know to beef up their security so stuff like that can never happen again. So for this to happen, what it says is anybody with a gun can just come to a rally and kill a president. That's not possible. So this was staged, y'all. I'm not buying it. I don't care. I'm just speaking my mind for what it is. They combed the area days before a president speaks, Ringo. Well, then that's more proof that if they comb the area, they're going to make sure of all the possible places somebody can hide to commit the act. Remember, the government have some of the most, how can I say? The government have a lot of professionals that think about certain situations happening before they happen, and they prepare for these things. So any location that could be an area where a shooter can possibly go, they already done figured out. So they had all of this covered. So like you said, if they comb the area, that mean that they located every potential place a lone gunman can be to commit such act. So how could this go down without nobody seeing it? Without no detectors? Remember, they got detectors that can sense even the ounce of a gun. They know who's who. So how could this happen? Who authorized this? And if this was staged, how can you even trust the system? Because I don't trust the system. That's why I don't really care for politics. I don't care for politics. I don't care who, is running for office. Because like I said, in my opinion, they're not elected, they're selected. But I'm not going to be dumb. Let's see. Fiction says they said Secret Service found the shooter and offed him. Yeah, they always say that. That's the thing. They always say they found the shooter. But how could they find the shooter if they don't know the location of where the shot came from? They would have to locate where the shot came from. It takes time for them to examine the which direction the bullet came from. They would have to look at where he got shot, watch the video, and then they can pinpoint, okay, it came from this direction. How they found him after the fact. Come on, man. It was staged. It was staged, y'all. Staged or inside job. Staged or inside job. But like I said, to be a professional shooter, you're not missing. And that Grazed, what kind of gun was that? Let's talk about that, people. Come on now. Let's talk about it. What kind of gun grazed the president like that? Could any gun shooter, a person who's an active shooter at the gun range, you know your guns, what kind of gun graze a president and the aftermath look like that? Come on now. Come on, we're talking about a gun. What distance you have to be for it to look like that? Come on. This is staged, people. It doesn't sound right. It don't look right. Don't listen. You seasoned veterans, you seasoned brothers that been to military, you know you have the training. You're smart. You're intelligent. You held different rifles, guns. You went to the range. You target practice. You looking at the video. You gotta use logic and say to yourself, wait a minute. If he got grazed and it looked like that, there is no way this can be real. There is no logical way, because each gun can do certain damage from a certain distance. And even if you get grazed, there should be more damage. So this doesn't look right. I'm just thinking, I'm just using my brain, people. That's all I'm doing. The brain people don't use, because a lot of people don't use their brain. A lot of people don't use their brain. Listen, all of you military vets, you know the deal. But some of you, you're not going to say it because, again, you know, you're patriotic. I get it. There's certain things you don't want to believe. You don't want nobody to look at you a certain way. But hey, I'll say it for you. You know, it was staged. I'll say it for you. I know that, you know, you got a lot of people, you know, they would never want to hear you say certain things, but I get it. But with the training you have and you Second Amendment folks, you know something ain't right. You know? God Cause says, moving forward, Donald Trump should have an Evander Holyfield airs everywhere. Wow. Cracking jokes. I mean, you know, you got to have a sense of humor. But again, I'm just trying to make people think out there, man. I'm trying to make people think. You know, let me see somebody else's comment. Let me see. SK says, nobody ran. Nobody screamed. Nobody even attempted to leave after the fact. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Boom. You know? Nobody ran, nobody moved, nobody jumped. That's how I know it's staged. Because the natural reaction when you hear a shot or any sort of shot is to run, duck, hide, scream. Even the women didn't scream, y'all. And normally people will be crying. They shot the president. You know, you have women, they'll start crying, being emotional. That didn't happen. Come on now. That's crazy, man. Somebody said one lady screamed randomly. Wow, that really helps the case. See, Ringo, you're wrong. One lady screamed randomly. Yeah, one lady. Does that sound normal to you? 7 to 8 shots ring out and everybody standing in one spot? Nah, I'm not buying it, fam. I'm looking at the stage setup right here on the phone because, like I said, I can't play the video because of guidelines. And this doesn't sound normal. I'm literally looking at this mess.
Right now, I think folks are still trying to get a handle on the details, the most important of which, just so people understand the current condition of the former president, is that he is expected to survive. So I want to thank you very much. Stay with us. I want to go to Howard Jackson, who has an update from the Trump campaign.
This is fake, man. This is fake, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not buying this, bro. I'm not buying this. This is fake. I'm not buying it. Because you got these fake Secret Service guys taking their hand and covering his head. Like, this is not... Where's the shield? If you're Secret Service... See, I wish I could have been on camera for this one because I just kind of just ran to the damn system and just turned it on and just set up. if this is Secret Service and they're protecting the president, right? How could the Secret Service be using their hand to cover his head? A bullet will go through your hand. You're supposed to have a shield or some sort of, like I said, a shield that you hold to protect the president. It doesn't make sense, y'all. The way they're carrying him down the steps slowly, as if shots are still ringing out. It makes no sense. It don't look normal. I'm looking at what looked normal. What would happen naturally if gunfire is going off? I didn't see none of those things play. So what I'm using is deductive reasoning skills. I'm examining the circumstances. I'm using deductive reasoning skills, which you should have learned in school. And I'm taking out the things that don't make no sense. And I'm looking at the circumstances and I'm like, you know what? This ain't adding up. That ain't adding up. I'm subtracting everything and I'm looking for the answer. That's what deductive reasoning pretty much is when you're taking a test. You deduct what don't make sense and you keep what makes sense. And then you start to analyze the situation. And this don't make sense. You know? The way the people reacted is not normal. The way the Secret Service people came out, not normal. If an active gunman was shooting, you would have a shield over the president's head as you walk him off. This is not, in my opinion, something that I believe. And somebody might say, but if he did get grazed, Ringo, his heir would be affected. Fam, people will sacrifice their heir just to get elected, man. There got to be a sacrifice, man. You gotta shed some sort of blood. You got to do something in order to get to the next level. Sometimes people will sacrifice something. But again, whether anybody got killed during the situation or whatever, in my opinion, like I said, in my humble opinion, I believe the whole thing is staged. Because they could tell you somebody got killed. They could tell you people got shot. And it's not even true. But you're going to believe it. You're going to believe it because they know you're going to believe it. It's just that simple. I'm looking at this video clips and this doesn't look real, man. This looks so fake. I can't believe that people actually go with the flow of this, bro. Now, I'm looking at the clip when he got shot. He touched his ear after allegedly getting grazed. One Secret Service guy jumped up there. And then you have a bunch of other people kind of looking around. Everybody's looking around. I mean, people did duck, but nobody ran. Then you had another Secret Service guy come over there. It's like they took forever to get to the president. But yet you got these guys with guns looking at the audience as though the audience did it. And if they found the gunman and killed him, how long did that take? How long did that take? Because the gunman would have an exit strategy. Because if you did this, you best believe they're gonna kill you when they see you. But this video footage, in my opinion, is fake. Because he touched his ear and then he fell down, right? And then you see what appears to be some sort of little blood or whatever the case is. And he start raising his hand and the crowd start to cheer. Come on, man. I don't believe this stuff. I'm not believing this mess. I'm not believing none of this. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get up on out of here. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'm going to keep the video short, under an hour. My final thoughts on the situation is that this was allegedly staged, in my opinion. I don't believe what they're showing us. From the point he allegedly got shot, his initial reaction to it didn't seem normal. The response time of the Secret Service folks was late. There was no active protection. It just doesn't seem normal. So you could believe what you want to believe. I know that due to this issue, Trump is going to get all the support. He's going to get all the votes. And he is pretty much going to get what he wants. There's no doubt about it, because the newspapers in the morning is going to have Trump. Matter of fact, I'm going to take a screenshot, right? I'm going to show you how accurate. I'm going to show you how accurate I am with what I'm saying right now. I'm going to take a screenshot of a photo of what will be on the paper, and I'm going to post it in my community section. You're going to see that photo on the paper in the morning. And the reason why I say that you're going to see that photo, is because it looked heroic, patriotic. And it's a photo that Americans are going to embrace. You might end up seeing it on Amazon as a poster, because the timing of the photo during a shooting is too accurate. It's almost like when the shooter was shooting, the photographer was shooting at the same time. So, hey, you never know. Maybe the photographer did it. I don't know. But we're going to get up on out of here. And we'll keep you posted with more updates about the story. I apologize for not being on camera. And I apologize for not having the ability to show you footage. You have to understand that this is a touchy situation. YouTube have guidelines, and they monitor anybody that is talking about this story. Trust and believe, YouTube is monitoring my video right now to make sure that I'm not showing any of the footage. Trust and believe that, right? So I got to make sure that I'm doing everything proper so I can share my commentary. There's nothing wrong with that. But I have to make sure that I'm within guidelines. Now, other people may show the footage and do whatever they got to do. I'm not going to take the risk, because when you have blood and other sensitive things, it can get you in a lot of trouble, right? Why is someone saying you're okay? Question. I don't know why somebody's saying that. Let me see. God Cuz says, I said the same thing, and it will be on Time Magazine and Nation. What is that? Geographic, National Geographic. Let me see. Okay. When I first seen it, I'm like, nah, LOL. We are still early in the campaign. Well, like I said, Trump is going to win. There's no doubt about it. There's no need to watch any rallies or any campaigning. Trump is going to win. I already done told you, I already called it fourth. He's going to win. There's no doubt about that. This is going to send him to the next level, because he's more patriotic. They're going to be like, who took a bullet for America? Did Biden do that? No. So it's going to Trump, because he got a lot of support in a lot of different states and a lot of diehard fans. So I'm going to get up on out of here. Peace and blessings to everybody. Appreciate everybody supporting the work that we do. If you supported the show, I'll shout you out in the next stream, because I just kind of got everything set up and whatnot. But I'm going to get up on out of here. I hope you enjoyed the show. Rewind it if you didn't. If you didn't catch it from the beginning. I was just sharing my thoughts about the situation, speaking things that normally people are afraid to talk about. Again, I'm not into politics. I'm not for Trump. I'm not for Biden. So don't come for me with all of this political crap, because I really don't care. Right? I don't vote for none of these people. Presidents are not elected. They are selected, in my opinion. Right? Doesn't matter who's in office. They all work for the beast. It's just that simple. So that being said, peace and blessings to the mods, the chat, everybody in the overflow. Please get the likes to 1,000 so the video can circulate through the algorithm so people can hear these words so that they can get the truth. So that being said, I'm going to sign out. Y'all take care. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $RingoTV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at RingoTVRaw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100%